This is the most hated player in college basketball right now, but this man is a bucket.
I'm coming up, I feel I'm about to blow. Niggas moving snake, no, I can't trust. I'm pushing P, no, I can't cuff a.
What's good, YouTube? Today we back with another video, man. Today we talking March Madness again. You know, it's the season. We about halfway through. We on to the Sweet 16. We finally down to the teams that are the real deal. You know what I'm saying? The teams that can actually make a run in this tournament. Today we're gonna talk about Duke and the freshman standout Jared McCain. So let's get right into it. So as we saw today, this man Jared McCain just dropped a 30-point performance as a freshman, and to go along with that, he shot 8 from 11 from the three. This man hit 8 threes in a March Madness game as a freshman and had 0 turnovers. Now the 30 points is cool, the eight threes is cool, but 0 turnovers as a freshman, and for how much this man was moving, like, that's crazy, man. And he didn't even play the whole second half because this game was a blowout, which is also insane because I thought James Madison might win this game, and I thought it was gonna be close, but this man Jared McCain said, nah, we not playing around, we standing on business. You know what I'm saying? And he came out and stood on business as, like, this man was going stupid, bro. It wasn't just threes too. This man was driving. He had a couple of times where he almost put the defender on his butt. But there's more to this team than just Jared McCain. You got Kyle Flibanowski, you got Tyrese Proctor, you got some dudes, man. Jeremy Roach, but he got injured. I'm not sure if he ever came back to the game. But this game, it was close for about the first 2 minutes, and then after that, Duke just really took over as soon as Jared McCain hit the first three. It was never really a game after that. And like I said, man, I thought this game was gonna be close. I thought James Madison might have a chance to win, but they didn't even show up. They looked scared from the jump. Like, they just looked like they didn't even know what they was doing. They don't even know what sport they was playing. Like, they was so lost, and that sucks because I really thought it was gonna be a good game. But this man Jared McCain is the real deal. Like, you can tell he was feeling it from the jump to the end of the game. This man wanted the ball every single time down the floor. And for a person or a freshman in March Madness, normally you see the freshman, you know, you're gonna catch the ball, you're gonna pass it right away. This man, it was like Michael Porter Jr., man. And as you can see right here, this is the most points by a freshman in school history. Second to Zion, and third is Kyrie. That's a pretty impressive list if you ask me. And as you can see, this man didn't score. He didn't even play the whole last 7 minutes of the game. So I'm just saying, this could have been a 40 piece for Jared McCain. And let's kind of get into why I think Duke might be able to make a run in this tournament if he keeps playing like this. All right, so we see Duke and Houston are going to face off in the next round in the Sweet 16. And I think this is exactly where Duke going to be. You know, Texas A&M Houston coming off an overtime loss to Texas A&M. I know they're going to have about 4 or 5 days to rest, but that's still, you know, that's 5 more minutes. So I'm not gonna say that's fatigue, but fatigue, it might be a factor, especially with all these games played in the past 2 weeks. Like that Duke or that Houston and Texas A&M game, that game was close. Like, well, to be honest, the game shouldn't even have gone to overtime. They just let up too many offensive rebounds in that last possession of Texas A&M. That game was crazy. If you didn't see that game, go rewatch it. That joint was actually insane. But I think this is exactly where Duke going to be. If Jared McCain can play the way he did, and he don't even got to drop 30, he can score about 15 to 20 points, get a couple assists, since the defense is going to be, you know, more attracted to him this game. Get Tyrese Proctor involved, get Kyle involved, get Jeremy Roach if he's playing, get him involved because I know he got hurt. But if he can get other guys involved, man, this Duke team might be dangerous. And I know they are 4 seed. It's the Duke Blue Devils. You can never count them out. But I feel like this tournament, everyone was just kind of like, oh, yeah, they're a young team. Just kind of like a rebuilding year for them. You know, they don't really got all the pieces that they normally have. Duke team is good, man. I know James Madison was a 12 seed, but James Madison was almost favored to win this game. And Duke just stood on business, bro. Like, this game wasn't even close. And so let's say Duke does everything they need to do to beat Houston, right? Boom, we on to NC State or Marquette. Either one of these teams Duke can beat, especially NC State. You know, I think got DJ Burns, but besides that, you know, I think Kyle Flibanowski can play good defense on DJ Burns and they'll be all right. But I think if they play Marquette, that's where they might really struggle at. But I think those are both winnable games. Like, they can beat Marquette and they can beat NC State to go on to the Elite 8. Now, let's say they get to the Elite 8, beat Marquette, beat NC State. They're going to have to play, they're probably going to have to play Purdue or Creighton. Now, Purdue, the way they've been playing, they won both their games by like 50 plus. That's kind of scary to me. Zach Edey has been looking like a monster because he actually is a monster. That man is 7'4". And Duke, I don't think, has an answer for that. I mean, maybe the coaching might be able to do something, but I think Kyle Flibanowski can't do much against that. Nobody can do anything against to stop Zach Edey. You're just gonna have to hope he has a bad game, to be honest. that might be the end of Duke's run unless Gonzaga or Creighton or Tennessee can beat Purdue. I think Purdue can easily beat Gonzaga, not easily, but I think they can beat Gonzaga, they can beat Creighton, they can definitely beat Tennessee. We could see a Duke Final Four run. And I know that might be a stretch in some eyes, but you got to see the way they just played against James Madison, one of the better teams in this tournament. I almost said the best team in this tournament. One of the better teams in this tournament. I think now that the season is kind of getting into this latter half of the year, I think this is going to have to depend on Jared McCain. Like, coming down to a freshman, Tyrese Proctor is not really going to give you 30 points. Kyle Flibanowski might give you 30 points every once in a while. Jeremy Roach is not going to give you 30 points. Jared McCain is going to have to give you a decent amount of points, 15, 20, 25, and get other people involved. Or he's going to have to go have 30 like he did and go crazy for him to make this run. And I think it's very possible. He's played well at his very two first games. And I think he's gonna end up going to the draft this year. I mean, you might as well. You just dropped 30 points in a March Madness game. Like, I'm not saying he's NBA ready, but he could. NBA team's gonna want him. A great shooter coming off their bench that doesn't turn over the ball. Yeah, it's like I see him as like a Klay Thompson type of dude. You know, he could play defense a little bit. He can score. He can shoot the hell out of the ball. Like, he's gonna be a great player, or I'm not gonna say great. He's gonna be a good player for an NBA team, you know. So I think he's gonna really look to make a statement this March Madness. You know, he'll probably be one and done. So this is probably the only time he's ever gonna be able to do it. I got Duke going to the Final Four. I'm gonna call it right now. I'm gonna say y'all call me crazy, unless they play Purdue. If they play Purdue, they gonna get stopped at the Elite Eight. If they play Gonzaga, Creighton, Tennessee, a Final Four run is possible. Maybe to the championship too, but I don't see anybody beating UConn right now. Well, that's a whole different video for a whole nother day. If y'all have watched any of the UConn's game, they look like they're going back to back. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think of this video. Let me know what y'all think of Jared McCain. Let me know what y'all think of Duke. Let me know what y'all think of March Madness so far. It's been crazy. And I'm gonna catch y'all boys in the next one.
What got into you?
If I had $1 for every time these niggas hate, I'd be rich like Jan, yeah.